Hi, we've had this cottage now for about 8 years. We've developed a problem with our water heater with hydrogen sulfide gas, making the hot water smell. The cold water's fine. Originally, we were able to treat it with the water softener and special salt that we were able to get from Lowe's that was meant to take the sulfur smell out. I assume it had some kind of chlorine or peroxide in it that was on the beads that would transfer to the water and would keep this in check. We're no longer able to get it, so I'm going to try the peroxide uh, cleaning method. The issue I've got is we turn the water heater off and on a lot when we go away from the cottage. The smell, I think, is going to be fairly intense as the bacteria regrows. So I'm trying to come up with a way that is as toolless as possible. So the plan is to cut this pipe away, install this in its place, and then I've got the option of either putting a funnel on the top and pouring the peroxide or chlorine directly in, or I can also, and what I'm going to try is put a plastic pipe on it and just hold the peroxide bottle there, open the drainage valve at the bottom, and just have the peroxide suck in so that I lose the minimum amount of water in the water heater, and maximum amount of peroxide stays in the water heater as I'm going through the process. So we'll see if this works. Okay, so I've measured the distance I need in here. We'll cut this away. Everything's been drained. I'll probably get a bit of leakage. All right, got that. We'll clean that up and put on what is going to be a shark bite, which is probably not cool for everyone, but I do want the flexibility to be able to turn this in the direction that I want it. And a shark bite does that a lot more easily than this does. Okay, so I've cleaned up the ends, cleaned out the inside, cleaned up that side, cleaned out that, got flux on it. Connect these two together. Into the shark bite. Alright. That's probably where I want that. We'll get our torch and solder this together. Alright, we're going to try this again. It's a better looking front flame. Okay, so we'll let that cool for a bit and then test it out, make sure I got it sealed. Alright, so the process I'm hoping I'm going to be able to use is if I shut off all the water going into the tank and out of the tank. So here's the hot water output. So shut that off. Go down to the pressure tank, shut the water off to the rest of the cottage. So now I have a sealed system. So now I also am fortunate enough to have a sewage sump here in the basement, as the bathroom is right next door. So I'm going to back off the pressure on the water heater by draining a little bit into the sump until it starts to dribble. And then I should have a bit of negative pressure. So it's dribbling. Now I believe if I open this, all right, we'll see if this works. So, whoa, oh, peroxide all over my, fortunately, cottage. Looks like we drained one bottle. Bottle number 2. Slide the hose in carefully so that it doesn't overflow. And we'll drain this one. All right. Close enough. Seal that back off. Bring these out. Turn the water on and rinse my clothes. All right, so before I turn the water back on, make sure that's off. That's gonna drain things. Close the water heater. Start my water. And now let this sit for 2 hours. Although in my case, it's now about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm going to test it with a shower tomorrow, because that'll really tell me in the hot shower stall if in fact I've fixed the problem or made any difference whatsoever. So I can turn my water heater back on and we'll see what happens tomorrow. Okay, so the shower test went splendidly well. All the odor was taken out. I didn't have to purge the water heater, didn't have to run water through the lines at all to try and clear any bacteria from the lines. So far so good. I hope this helps. If you've got this same bacteria problem in your water heater, if you're on a well, this injection method worked, and the peroxide itself did a good job. Good luck.